Okay, welcome to our video for Fast Solution On-Site Computer Services. This one is going to be a quick video just to give you an idea of what is required to be able to check the system resources of your computer so that you can have an idea as to how things are currently running and so forth. So what we've currently got is a Windows XP system, and we're just going to quickly show you some of the steps that you're going to have to go through to be able to check how your system is performing. So one of the options that we're going to be able to give you is you're going to simply click on the Start menu. In here you're going to see an option for My Computer. You may also find this on your desktop if you're not finding it here in your Start menu. So we're simply going to right click on that, left click on Properties, and this is going to bring up the System Properties tab. Now this is going to give you a bunch of different options. As you can see, we have System Resources, or Restore, General, Computer Name, so on and so forth. The tab we're looking for is General, so you're going to make sure that that one is checked, and it's going to show you some of the system properties. So as you can see here, we have Windows XP Professional with Service Pack 3 as the update for that particular one. And we can see down here our computer resources. Now this shows that I have a Intel Core 2 Quad CPU with running at 2.66 gigahertz, and the quantity of RAM is 3.21 gigabytes of RAM. Now, we need those numbers simply as a benchmark to be able to get an idea as to what our system has. And then from here, what we're currently going to do to be able to find out what we're using is we're going to bring up a program called the Task Manager. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. First off, you can press and hold the Control, Alt, and Delete button, and this will bring up the Windows Task Manager, as you can see here. The other option that you can do would be to hit the Windows icon and the Start menu, click on Run, and then in there you will have the option to be able to type in this command here, so task mgr, all one word, and that will also load the Task Manager. Now by default this is going to go here, and it's going to be sitting on Applications, and this is going to show you any programs that are currently running. Now the one that we're actually going to be looking for to get an idea of how much RAM is being used is we're going to click on Performance. Now in here you can see I have a CPU that has 4 cores, so each one is going to be represented in its own graph to show the amount of usage that it has. And then below here we have PF usage. This is the quantity of RAM that your computer is currently running, and then this is the history of the RAM usage. So as you can see, there would be little spikes and so forth when programs were loaded. So what we're looking for is this value here, this 875.76 megabytes of RAM. That's the amount that my system is currently using, and you can see on this graph is that that's using this much if we were to use it as like as a line chart, and then this is the amount that is still available for programs and so forth to be loaded into. So there's still quite a bit left on the system to be able to run, and those would be containing any of the items that are in your tray, like down by your clock, or any programs that you have currently running. So this isn't much of a challenge for this particular computer, what we're running. This one's running fairly well, and this is ideally what you'd want your graph to look like. Now, the challenge being is that we see scenarios where the RAM usage, this number here, actually is the same, or this number is greater than the amount that the system actually has. Now, if that is the case, what ends up happening is the computer runs into what's called virtual memory. This is a process that the computer can go into where rather than crashing when it exceeds the amount of RAM, is that it can actually allocate some of those programs to the hard drive in a temporary location. Now, the issue with that, it's a great thing because your computer doesn't crash, but the issue is that your system will have to be dubbed down to the speed in which your hard drive can run. Now, this isn't a bad thing, it just means that your system is going to run slower. So, ideally, it's not the best situation to be running in, but we do see that with systems that were produced 4 or 5 years ago, where the resources that were required for Windows were much less, the programs were designed for such an operating system, and therefore weren't using the same quantity of resources. So as you can see here, sometimes what is required is that we increase the quantity of RAM that your system has. Now, the other option is that we can turn off some of the applications that are running in your tray. So the way in which we would do that, it will be a future video, but they are the programs that are running down here. So for example, some of the different programs like Skype or Windows Live Messenger, things of that nature that you're not using, but may be running in the background without you realizing it. So this is just a quick video for the Fast Solution YouTube channel that we've got going on here. Definitely subscribe to our channel, as there will be more information coming to you soon, and hopefully this was informative for you, and we'd love to hear from you. So by all means, give us a shout, leave us a message, and if you have any requests for certain videos, let us know. Thanks so much.